What up, world? You know what time it is. We are back. We are live in the building right now. You know what time it is. It's the Cloud Chronicles. I'm your host, Johnny Blaze, man. I got a super special guest coming up, man. I've had a couple of his partners, man, a couple of his co-hosts on the show. This brother, man, he blessed me today, man, by sitting down for a little bit, man, without further ado, man. You know what I'm saying? This brother he's a comedian, not a comedian, a comedian. A fellow podcaster, man. He's a co-host of the More Than Culture podcast. I want you to give it up right now for my boy Kamal, the secret genius in the building. Yeah, boy. What's going on, fam?
What's goody, man? Appreciate you having me on, brother.
Hey, man, this is super dope, bro. I appreciate you chilling down, with me for a minute, man. So, like I said, everybody, this is Kamal, the secret genius, man. You've seen him on More Than Culture. He's one of the co-hosts, man, along with Remo, Tyler, and Ronnie Jordan, man. So y'all definitely, if you have not watched that, y'all go check that out, like, share, and subscribe to that, man. They got a lot of dope merch. I'm rocking it right now to bless as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And you see the people I got on the show, so you know the gear. It ain't just the gear. The shit is really happening. I'm really blessed as fuck right now, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you speak it into existence. You watch what happens. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Kamal, man. Tell me a little bit, man, how you got into the because you started doing the podcasting first, right? And then you started doing the comedy.
Correct. Yeah. So my background prior to getting into podcasting was I was a shooter with a cameraman doing videography and photography and shit. But I had kind of stepped away from the creative scene for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Life was happening, dealing with some family shit. So I had pulled back, but I was starting to come back around, getting involved in back doing camera work and shit. And Remo is my man, so like he was the first nigga that I went and linked with when I stepped back onto the creative scene.
Right.
And we would just be chilling, man, and chopping it up and just having these dope conversations, man, and the people around us would just be watching, you know what I'm saying, and be entertained by the conversations that me and Remo had. So I was like, yo, man, we should do a podcast where I feel like people would be entertained and people would tune in just to hear the conversations that we be having. And then Tyler, me, Remo, and Tyler were part of this comedy improv group called Snack Pack. Remo and Tyler were a part of the actual group, and I was behind the scenes doing production and management type shit. And so we all had a relationship going back 10, 12 years. And so Tyler started coming around on the same shit, just looking for a creative outlet. Originally, the podcast had a young lady on it named Allie Rock. But that relationship eventually dissolved. Tyler came on, and him and Ronnie were doing Bossip at the time. And so they was always together. So Ronnie started pulling up, and it just was kind of a natural progression for us to all sit down and squad up, man. And that's kind of how it came together.
That's dope, man, because y'all all click. You know what I'm saying? So it's good chemistry, for sure. And usually when it's two people, sometimes chemistry often to have four that kind of y'all play off each other real well. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody step on each other's toes. You know what I'm saying? When one person getting off, everybody kind of know when. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, he's shining right now. Let me fall. You know what I'm saying? Let him get in there, and it'd be soon enough. It's the next person's time. So yeah, that's definitely, man. It's definitely one of my favorite podcasts, man. Y'all see I post clips of it all the time. I'm not just posting the pictures. I'm really watching the episodes all the way through. So, but yeah, man, this is definitely one of my favorite podcasts, man. So, what about comedy, bro? So what made you get into the comedy part, man? You was like, well, by definitely being around them three funny brothers that you work with, man. I know.
Yeah, and even prior to that, like with the Snack Pack shit, like I had been around comedy for, like 10, 15 years, just being around comedic exploits. You know what I'm saying? So Tyler was a part of Snack Pack before he started doing stand up.
Oh yeah.
Remo hadn't started doing stand up yet. At our first show, the first snack pack show, Carlos was the opening. He was the opening comedian.
One of my favorites, one of the greats.
At the second one, Clayton was the opening comedian. So it's
Another
like
hitter.
This network of comedians in Atlanta, I've been around and have been my friends and have been my circle of people that I fuck with for years. You know what I'm saying? So I've been around the comedy scene for an unlimited amount of for a long time. And so when we started doing the podcast, like Ronnie would just always be like, bro, you need to get on stage, man. Like you need to get you a set together and get on stage. But he kept putting that shit in my head. And if a fucking legend, if LeBron see you hooping at the park and tell you, hey, bro, you need to come down to this. You need to come down to this try out.
Nigga, I got a 10-day waiting on you. Come down to the gym right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like you would be stupid not to pull up to the gym. You know what I'm saying? So he kept telling me that, and I was like, man, I'm gonna fucking do this shit. And so at one of our live shows, I ain't even really tell nobody. I just at the show I was like, yo, man, I'm going up tonight. Went up there, did, you know what I'm saying, did my shit, got a great reception, and never looked back.
Okay, so I'm glad you kind of talking about that because I wanted to ask you about that next. I wanted you to talk about first you the comedy scene in Atlanta, man. I know it's hardball there. It's the majors. You know what I'm saying? This is not the D League. This is not the you know what I'm saying? This is not the overseas basketball. It's the comedy hard hitters, man. So you coming up in the trenches, man, earning your stripes there. Talk about that, man.
Man, like, yeah, now I don't have the ability to compare it to any other scene. You know what I'm saying? This is the only scene that I've experienced. But Atlanta is one. It's somewhere to do comedy in Atlanta every day. You know what I'm saying? If you are trying to do comedy in Atlanta, you have no shortage of opportunities to get on stage. So that's one. It seems like the crowds in Atlanta, because a lot of the shows are not in comedy clubs. You know, they're in little bars and, you know what I'm saying, and little lounges and shit. And those people ain't necessarily there to hear no comedy.
Right,
you know,
right.
They just pulled up to get some drinks and get something to eat, and then your ass is up there talking. You know what I'm saying? So it requires a certain muscle that I'm not sure that you get outside of that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to command the attention of the crowd. Like you have to earn their attention. You know what I'm saying? And that it develops a muscle in you that when you go other places, the shit is easy. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not fighting against TVs being on. You're not fighting against everybody back being too. You know what I'm saying? You're not fighting against niggas playing cool and you know what I'm saying in the back of the club. So all these factors that are put in front of you. And then on top of that, like the peers in the comedy game, the people that you are going to see on a nightly basis are fucking heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes,
and they're trying to get the same time that you get. You know what I'm saying? If they're not hosting the rooms or whatever, so you gotta get good fast or you're gonna get weeded out. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna get left behind quick because there's so many funny motherfuckers in Atlanta, man. And everybody seems to make it their home. It's so between, you know, Carlos, Clayton, Ronnie, fucking Tyler. You know, I'm naming the people that are immediately close to me. But then, you know what I'm saying, you step outside of that, it's the jungle for real, man. And if you can emerge from the jungle, if you can gain your respect in this jungle of the Atlanta comedy scene, you're gonna be all right wherever you go.
Yeah, Gladiator School.
100%.
Yeah. So talking about that, man. Tell me how that first set went, man. That first set went because it was in Atlanta, right?
It was in Atlanta. It was at one of our. At that time we was doing a live podcast once a month. So it was at
Okay.
one of our live podcasts. So it was good because it was a crowd of people that were already familiar with me, and with my kind of brand of comedy, whatever. So it was good in that regard. But it was, it was a well crafted set. About 7 minutes. I still do the joke to the day, joke about
There you go.
my weed man breaking up with me. And me out here trying, out here fucking with sides, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to find a new man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the premise of the shit. It went well, man. To have that as my first joke. Niggas was surprised because a lot of people don't have a 7-minute bit. You know what I'm saying? As their first joke. Ronnie told me, he's like, man, you can do that shit on Jimmy Kimmel right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was ready for late night off the rip. And so it instilled a level of confidence in me, like, yo, man, I can really do this shit. This is my first time out, and I got a heater like this, man. I can really start putting some shit together.
And then he's just not gassing either. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
Ronnie. I mean, I don't know Ronnie, but I would think that's the type of brother. Like, he gonna tell you if you trash. If you ask him, man, you trash, he gonna let you know, man. Yeah, brother, you might want to work on this.
Because I'm the type of nigga that I'm gonna ask you that. And because you know what I'm saying, like them niggas was telling me how dope it was. I asked them, I was like, yo, man, like was that shit really that good? You know what I'm saying? Or y'all niggas just excited to see a nigga on stage? Like, that shit really is good. They was like, nah, man, like that shit was amazing. But you know what I'm saying? Like you was able to do that on your first time on stage. And so yeah, man, it's dope to be able to have a circle of niggas that are more accomplished than you in a particular field that really believe in your ability, man. So it really gave me put a battery in my back, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. It'll do that, man. Because you got a squad band around you, dog. Like you can't help but be great.
You got to be great at something. You know what I'm saying? You got to be. Everybody got to be good at something.
Yeah. So have you had so far? Tell me what's been like one of your favorite sets or your where you had a LeBron night where you put up that triple double. You know what I'm saying? You dropped the 4-5 on
Big Baby and Friends, man. When Darren Brand asked me to be a part of this comedy special that he was putting together during the pandemic, Big Baby and Friends, he pulled up. Actually, we filmed it at our studio. He asked me, he invited me to be a part of it, man. And I looked at it like a last chance you player, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, and none of these coaches got no tape on me. You know what I'm saying? This is my one time to get some film. You know what I'm saying? I can't put no bullshit on film and have
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a D1. I'm trying to get D1 off.
You feel me?
And so I went out there and smashed, man. I was supposed to do 15 minutes. I ended up doing like 25. Just fire. You know what I'm saying? And being on the show with Ronnie, Tyler, Darren, Osama been drinking and cheating as Myron. And for and to get a call from Darren a few days later, or as they was editing it, and saying, "Yo, you was the highlight of that show," and saying you had the best set of the night. I mean, what more can you ask for? You know what I'm saying? When you're on the show full of vets, you know what I'm saying, getting big checks to do comedy. write jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Create material. And to be
Right.
able to put on a show that's up to a caliber that you know what I'm saying, that's of that caliber, make a nigga feel good, man.
Yeah, man. Hold on, I'm getting a little bit of static when you're talking. I want this to be clear, man, because you're dropping some game right here. Okay, go ahead.
Is that better?
It's still happening just a little bit. You know how you were saying earlier before we started that when I started, it was a little fuzz with it, a little static with it. Okay, go ahead. I think we might be all right now. While we get the kinks worked out, y'all make sure you like, share, subscribe to the Cloud Chronicles podcast, man. We appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate the people that will be watching. Man, people like the video, man. It's Kamal Secret Genius right now. We're getting the microphone. We back?
Yeah, how's that? Is that better?
That's it right there. Okay. Right. You good. Yeah, because I could hear you, but it was just a little, it was like every time you started, it was like, huh?
Yeah. I think somehow they switched back to Bluetooth for the mic.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it sounded like for a little bit there.
Yeah, I just turned it.
Okay, so I want you to go back over that, man. We was talking about your favorite set, and you was talking about the it was at the Big Baby and Friends, correct?
Right. So now what my approach, I'll just start all the way over. You know what I'm saying? My approach,
please do.
Yeah, my approach to that was I went into it like a last chance JUCO player, man. Like if I don't got no tape out here for these coaches to look at. So if I'm gonna get something on tape, it's got to be some fire because I'm trying to get me a D1 offer out here, man. And being on the show with dudes that are of a high caliber of comedy, you know what I'm saying? They're top tier comedians and getting those top tier checks. I wanted to show that I could hang with these niggas, man. So I was supposed to do 15 minutes. I got in the groove. I ended up doing like 25. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a great night. A few days later, Darren called me and as they was editing and putting the shit together and told me that I had the best set. I was the highlight of the show. And you know what I'm saying? It was another one of those moments that it just gave me that extra boost. Like, yo, man, I am really good at this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I need to keep going. And that you know gave me a push. And from there, I think, man, since then, that was in December. It might be 10 days I ain't been on stage between then and now. You know what I'm saying?
You got the bug now.
Yeah, I'm on stage. And it's you know, it's a beautiful thing because I have the full support of my family. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's creating tension in the household. My wife she believes completely in my ability to get this shit, to take this shit.
Yeah, that's big, man, and that's major. Definitely. I feel you on that last chance you stuff, man, because like I feel like that when I do my interviews.
Right.
Like this one today, you know, like before we started, you know, I woke up and you'd have thought, you know, I got the game, you know, I woke up game day ready, you know what I'm saying? I got to get my music together and shit. I got my candle ready. I got my, you know what I'm saying? I got my greenery shit. I got what I'm going to watch and get my mind, get my mental right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I can't put out no bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, these niggas is heavy hitters I'm fucking with, man. And, you know, I go to them giving a half-ass effort. It's going to show on film. Like it show on the tape, like you was talking about.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So who's some of your like biggest comedy influences, man? Like other than you know the group around you, who were you looking at before you had jumped on the stage?
Man, I'm a huge fan of like really dry cerebral humor. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Chappelle is the GOAT to me.
Right, facts.
Chappelle's untouchable.
You kind of remind me of some you kind of have that Chappelle.
Yeah, man. I mean,
yeah, for real.
The Dave Chappelle is, man, it's like the way that he's able to remain so always throughout all his shit from his first special, like so grounded in who he is, you know what I'm saying, and so socially conscious in his comedy, and the social commentary that you get through Dave Chappelle's comedy from the fucking beginning, you know what I'm saying, from his first special, talking about being in the limo and seeing the baby selling drugs on the corner.
Hey,
like,
bro, I didn't want to interrupt you. I did not want to interrupt you, but I swear I was going to bring up the baby joke for if you didn't say something about it.
Yeah, it's like
that's a classic.
This dude, like, and has only gotten stronger and better every fucking time. Like the special For What It's Worth, that special. Man, it's like the ones that he's doing now are amazing. You know what I'm saying? And but that is my favorite Dave Chappelle special.
Yeah.
It was right after Chappelle Show had like cemented him as a legend, you know what I'm saying? And he was riding that Chappelle wave, but was still able, like separate from the Chappelle Show, was still able to deliver the funniest shit I had ever seen in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that shit about ain't nobody don't nobody fuck monkeys and people. You know what I'm saying? Nobody calling Charlene on Monday and then fucking a monkey on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way AIDS came from no monkey, because the way he wrapped that shit up. Like, do you know how strong a monkey is? A monkey will rip your dick off like a celery stalk and
monkey will fuck you up.
Again. Like, come on, man. Like, that shit is such a funny and genius fucking way to tell people that the government created AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous to think that AIDS came from fucking monkeys. Like, that's crazy. to deliver that shit the way he did, man, it's like that shit is Chappelle is untouchable to me first. So that's first. Guys, like I'm a big Hannibal Buress fan. I really like Hannibal.
I like Hannibal. I think he's really underrated
because this shit is just so dry. You know what I'm saying? It's like this shit is just dryly delivered, but it's fucking hilarious, man. I love Louis C.K. prior to all the shit.
Hey man, I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you. He was hilarious.
Yeah, Louis C.K. is hilarious, man. You know, now he's gone he's kind of a dark web comedian. You gotta know where
dark web.
He's still doing shit, but it ain't widely available. But so people that are in that pocket are people that I really enjoy. I really like what's the dude name? Michael Che. I liked his special.
Yeah.
I like Jared Carmichael's special a lot too.
Yeah, Jared Carmichael, he's a good one.
Yeah, so people that are in that pocket that are kind of more on the low energy, kind of dry humor side is who I really gravitate to.
Okay. Brand, man, I want to talk to you about your brands, bro. Tell me about STFU. Sometimes tell them about it, man.
Yeah, man. So you know, like the secret genius life coach thing is really something that is near and dear to my heart, because I'm a dude that like has never wanted to use my platform to promote bullshit. I always wanted to have some substance behind myself and behind how I present myself, even, you know what I'm saying, through comedy, through whatever. Like when I, you know what I'm saying, I never wanted to be out here just doing shit for the sake of doing it. So you know, that just comes from how I was raised. So I always wanted to have some kind of message with whatever I'm doing. And so that's how the secret genius coach shit came about. So when the opportunity to start doing merch presented itself, you know, I wanted to maintain that and not just have a merch with my name on it or you know what I'm saying, something that had some meaning to it. And so the first piece is shut the fuck up sometimes, STFU sometimes, because I think that is just universally appropriate advice for any person on earth. Just shut the fuck up sometimes. We don't always need to hear what you have to say. Your input is needed sometimes, and other times it is completely unnecessary. So just shut the fuck up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is a message that can be applied to any human on earth. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I put that shit out. The Own Yourself, which is the most current and the most recent release from the Genius Collection. The Own Yourself is about, because now we're seeing legends, you know what I mean, like Chappelle and De La Soul is dealing with some shit. Anita Baker is dealing with some shit that they're, because of agreements that they made early in their career, they don't have ownership in the shit that they created. You know what I'm saying? And as creatives, we literally put ourselves into whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? If you're a musician, you're making music, like you're giving the world a piece of yourself. You're recording a piece of yourself and putting it out there. If you're a comedian, you're going on stage, you're giving that crowd a piece of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do creatively, you know what I'm saying, that is you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you within it.
Right.
And to not have ownership of that is to not have ownership of yourself, because that's me. And so Own Yourself is about creative people maintaining ownership of their intellectual property, so that we don't have to have these campaigns 15, 20 years from now when you've established yourself in the industry, and now the shit that you created early on in your career is super valuable, but that value means nothing to you because you don't have any ownership of it. But it's you that has created the value, but you don't get to participate in it. And I think that that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see that end for future generations. You know what I'm saying? I would like future generations to maintain the ownership, so that our future generations can eat off of it instead of theirs.
Yeah, no, that's real, man. And I like both of those, especially the shut the fuck up sometime, man, because my mother used to say that without saying that all the time. You talk your way out of a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Is what she would say. You know what I'm saying? By running your mouth too much. And that's pretty much shut the fuck up sometimes. I mean, sometimes you just need to listen. We got two ears for a reason, and we don't know everything for a reason. So there's always a time where we can be learning something from somebody. So sometimes you need to just sit down and shut the fuck up.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? So on the podcast, man, who are some of your favorite guests you've had on there, bro?
Oh man.
Just you personally.
Nah. Big Gip.
I watched that episode.
Being from Atlanta and being a child that grew up as an auxiliary member of the Dungeon family, you know what I'm saying, to have a member of Goody Mob pull up and tell us dungeon stories. That shit was amazing, man. And
yeah, that's what they're one of my favorite groups is coming up, man. Goody Mob.
Oh man, I love Goody Mob still to this day.
Yeah. I bet that's crazy too, man. Because I mean, me interviewing you and some of your friends that I've got to interview, that's like me. That's like you. What you were just talking about with Big Get. That's like that. That's what this is for me. So how is that like when you get to you sitting at the table with these people that's albums you used to bump when you was a kid, and you know what I'm saying?
Like I still don't even. It's hard to even. Like the shit is still crazy to me, man. Because until More Than Culture, like I was never. I was always on the scene, but never in the scene. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was never a in front of the camera type of dude. You know what I'm saying? And so to have created something that allows me to sit down and talk with people that that I held in such high esteem, is that shit is crazy to me, man. This shit is crazy to me. I still have not even really gotten used to it at all.
Well, I'm gonna just take exactly what you just said and apply that to this interview and Tyler's interview and Remo. It's the same thing, man. I mean, it's stuff that I thought would happen maybe 5, 7 years down the road, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna be able to sit down with you anytime soon. When I first started my podcast, I'm looking at like I got they're on my vision board. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
What's up, man? And see, like even like even you saying that to me is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like to be a dream guest on somebody's podcast, that's unfathomable to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate that support in the way that people probably don't understand, because I'm so new to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so new to people knowing who I am. Outside of the people that are immediately associated with the shit I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the you know what I'm saying? Like I'm used to seeing shit that I do and seeing people appreciate it and not knowing I had anything to do with it. Now that I'm a visible part of some shit, like that shit is
it's a different kind of love.
It's a different kind of love, man, for real. And that shit is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, man. This is super dope, man. I really appreciate you sitting down with me, man, for sure. Hey, man, did you want to give any shout outs or anything like that, man, before I let you get up out of here?
Shit. I mean, not shout out to everybody that supports the movement, the brand that is More Than Culture, man. Like, we would not be able to get these guests and not be able to consistently improve the quality of the podcast if it wasn't for the support that we got from the people that fuck with it, man. So that, firstly, shout out to y'all, man, everybody that supports the fucking movement, man, because that's what keeps the shit going, man. Anybody that's bought some merch, anybody that's subscribed to the fucking YouTube, just fucking shared the podcast with a friend, that's pulled up to any of the live events, man. Like y'all are what keeps the shit going, man. So shout out to y'all first, you know what I'm saying? And beyond that, man, just shout out to the entire More Than Culture team that you guys aren't aware of, man. I know you guys know .net, shoots and edits everything, man. But Craig in Contact Atlanta, and his son Jalen Key that does the audio. Runway Trade that does most of the photos that you guys see. Brad Rose, who's just manager and producer extraordinaire. Justin, who is also in that management role. So it's just the whole squad makes the machine work, man. And you guys only see really the four of us and me, right? Ronnie and Tyler, man. But it is a whole it's a whole group of people that have really bought into the movement and you know, and we're able to really put out a quality product. And you know, none of us are we ain't really profiting off of this shit really yet. You know what I'm saying? The merch is starting to get some numbers, but we're we're all doing this shit out of the sheer belief in the movement that is More Than Culture. And again, that goes back to all the support and the love that we get from the people that fuck with it, man. So that's really it, man. And shout out to the supporters and shout out to the crew, man. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Shout out to the whole More Than Culture squad, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Everybody go subscribe. More Than Culture Gear. Get the the Own Yourself, right? Own yourself and shut the fuck up sometimes. That's the secret genius.
For hire merch, the number 4 HIGHER.com.
Yeah.
That's where all the More Than Culture merch is available, man. Support the movement, man.
And where can they find? Tell them your social media stuff, man. Where they find you?
My social media is the same as my name right there, The Secret Genius. Find me on IG, Facebook, Twitter. Twitter is Secret Genius MTC.
Man, I should have asked you earlier if you had one of them. If you could end us off with one of the quotes like you do, man.
Oh no, I can. Let me see. Let me.
Oh man, that's gonna be dope. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man.
Come on here, man. See what I can get y'all, man.
This will be dope, man. I can't believe I didn't ask you about it earlier, man.
It's all good, man.
I can't let this nigga go yet.
I stay on the ready, man.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me try to.
Oh, you good, man? You good, man? Y'all make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I know it's early right now, but when you get off work, lunch break, you can pop this on.
All right. So, yeah, man. So on our show on More Than Culture, I mentioned it before. There's a segment called Secret Genius Life Coach, right? Mm-hmm. You know, give advice in my own type of way. So my man Johnny Blaze has asked me to do that for y'all, so I will. And this is the advice I got for y'all, man. As I sit here smoking this blunt. So for the smokers that are amongst the crowd, this is for the smokers, but it can be applied across the board for anyone. And that advice is this, man. Throw that lighter in the trash. Throw that fucking lighter away, man. And
I know what you mean.
Lighter I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about the lighter that's been sitting on your counter, sitting in the center console of your car. It's been on your back porch on the patio, and that lighter ain't worked for weeks. And you grab it every time you about to smoke, and you strike that lighter 7-8 times, and then you look at it and be like, oh shit, this that lighter that don't work. And you put it down back in the same spot. And the next time you smoke, you come back to that lighter and you do the same shit. Throw that lighter in the fucking trash. Like a lot of times we keep things in our lives longer than they can serve us. You know what I'm saying? And
that's some real shit right there.
The removal of those things is going to save us so much time and effort, because keeping them around is just a waste of time. So just like that lighter, when things stop serving you in your life, you have to remove them from your life because they are an inconvenience otherwise.
Hey, man, that was deep.
And that was
deep. Hey, that was deep, man. Hey, thank you so much, bro, for doing that too, man. That was deep. That was dope. That was dope, man. Hey, man, this has been the Cloud Chronicles, man. Hey, it's Kamal, the Secret Genius, co-host of More Than Culture podcast, man, in the building. Thank you so much. Super dope episode again, man. Thank everybody that popped in. Thanks to everybody that's going to be watching this later, man, when y'all get off, man. This is the Cloud Chronicles, Johnny Blaze. At the end of the episode, I always like to say mental health is real. Take care of this. It'll take care of you. Tell somebody you love them. Drink some water. Namaste, bitches. Peace. We out.
My brother.